Hi, everyone. You certainly probably know the drill by now, but just in case you don't, if you don't mind, please keep yourself on mute. Add your affiliation next to your name on the Zoom ID. Arnie is here, record permission. He'll take care of you. And if you have a question, as many of you already have, use the virtual raised hand function. We'll take your questions here in just a bit. Well, certainly you look up and the calendar suddenly says August. Just three races remain in the 2025 NTT INDYCAR Series Championship, and it begins this coming Sunday at historic Portland International Raceway and the BitNile.com Grand Prix of Portland presented by Ask ROI. Coverage begins at 3 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Alex Palou is a two-time winner at Portland, three podiums and a pole position, actually. And he heads back eyeing a third straight NTT IndyCar Series championship, currently up 121 points. If you finish the Sunday's race up 108 or more, he'll clinch another championship. And the driver of the number 10 DHL Chip Ganassi Racing Honda has found time in his very busy schedule to preview the weekend. Alex, thank you. Gracias.
Of course, my pleasure.
You've certainly been in this position before. How do you approach a weekend like this?
I'm excited. I'm very excited. I think there's lots of reasons to be excited, but first of all, it's a place that I love that we've done really well in the past, as you just mentioned, and yeah, it just feels like with such a magical season, we can still finish even better. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited to go there and see how our car feels. It's been feeling amazing this year everywhere we've been, especially road courses. So yeah, I'm excited to go there.
Refresh our memory. Do you like to be updated during the race about where things stand in the points, or do you just go out, compete, perform, and then maybe follow up towards the very end of the race?
I think it depends a little bit. I think I've been in different scenarios where in 2021 we were battling against Joseph and Pato, and we were still on the best scenario where if I think if we finished in the top eight or something, we are gonna win the championship no matter what. Um, but I wanted to be a little bit updated just to know where everybody was standing. But then, for example, last year at Nashville with Will, because he had that issue with the belts, it was kind of like I kind of already knew that we're looking good, although it was not done, especially at the Novel that you can gain two laps and like two yellows. Um, but yeah, I normally don't like it. I think it's if you need to be thinking about that, you're probably not on the best position. If you're up front, you don't really care because you probably need to win and that's it, and that's the best you can do. And if you're at the back, it's like, well, maybe it's not your day to to win it. So yeah, hopefully we're not in this position this year. Hopefully we can focus on ourselves and trying to just win the race. And obviously, I know that if we win the race at Poland, we can seal the championship there. But yeah, we let's say that we're not gonna be just going for a I don't know a top 10 right behind Pato just to clinch the championship there.
All right. That sets the stage. Could be a championship weekend for Alex. Again, thanks for joining us. Let's go ahead and open it up for questions. Mickey, I see you've got one, so we'll stand by. We'll get to you. Let's start with Bob Pockras and then Marshall Pruitt after that. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, Alex, is there anything about Portland that would make it special to win the title there?
Um, I mean, a part of no, there's nothing that stands out that I'm like, oh, that's the reason. I mean, we won the championship there in 23, which having two championships at the same place would be amazing. But no, there's nothing. I don't have like a memory of like saying that was my first ever race in IndyCar or whatever. Like, no.
And speaking of memories, when you look back at last year there, is that a good memory or a frustrating memory when I think you were on the hards and Will's running away on the softs there at the end?
It was kind of both. Like he just destroyed. us. I think he gave us like 12 seconds or something like that, 11 seconds. Like he would, the pace that he had was crazy. I was right behind him at some point, and I could not do anything to stop him. So it was frustrating, but at the same time, I mean, we still finished second, and our car was really, really good there. So I was still kind of happy. But yeah, the pace that he had last year there was amazing, was quite unbelievable.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bob. Marshall Pruitt, Racer Magazine. Go ahead, Marshall.
Alex, was that paella that I saw earlier?
Yes. I did not cook that one, but yes.
Did you eat the whole thing?
Well, it was four people for that paella, and we ate the whole thing, yes.
Okay.
Not me alone. I could not smash that alone. It was like a kilo of rice, so it's a lot. Maybe a bit less. It's a bit less, yeah.
Let me ask you a couple questions. Few of them, the types that you hate to answer, but that's okay.
Okay.
You have won eight times this year. You know that. You came into the season sitting, I believe, 40th on the all-time IndyCar victory list, ranked 40th. Believe you're up to 25th now. Of the folks that you've surpassed, 19 victories now. This season alone, you've moved ahead of folks like Gilles de Ferran, Simon Pagenaud, Juan Pablo Montoya, a few others as well. And with your win weekend before last at Laguna Seca, you surpassed Captain America, Ryan Hunter-Reay. It was 18 victories, so you being at 19. That impresses me, knowing some of the names that are coming up. Emerson Fittipaldi, 22 wins. Bobby Rahal, 24. Rick Mears, say hi to Rocky, by the way.
Hello.
Rick Mears at 29. Show your ass to someone else, buddy. There's some pretty big names on the horizon. It's not going to happen immediately, but love to get some thoughts about you race for your team, for yourself, for your sponsor. There's a lot of things that you race for, but you're also starting to mingle with some pretty big names in IndyCar history. I know you've been asked this before, but with this latest move, you've jumped ahead of a lot of folks that we would consider legends and all-timers. Can you just share some thoughts about that? Because you're a young man to be flirting with some names that are pretty legendary.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how to answer that or how to explain how I feel about that. Like for me, I feel like somebody has took me from my place, and then just put me here, and it's like what is going on? I don't know if that makes sense, but I just don't feel or I cannot really comprehend everything that's happening. Not only this year, like if I look back at ever since I started in IndyCar, my dream was just to be a professional race car driver, and I never thought about records or anything like that. And it's not that I think about it, but whenever I get asked these questions, it's amazing. Like to be in the position I am today, it's amazing. I never thought that I would be around those names, and I think obviously this season particularly has been a little bit crazy. Like yeah, I almost match the wins that I had in 3 years, or well, in 4 years actually. So um, it's amazing to be there. I cannot really comprehend, and I owe everything to my team and everybody that is behind me, like my personal team and my racing team. But it's amazing. Like I'm enjoying a lot. I'm enjoying every single moment. It's not that I'm not conscious about what's going on. It's just that I cannot really believe it. And I'm just riding the wave and enjoying every single second of it and having fun.
So that question was about history, mostly those who've gone before you, some who you've raced with. Addition to this is today. Have you seen, felt, recognized, or been suspicious of any changes in how you're treated by your fellow drivers this season as you've gone along and won so many races? I ask because it's cool to look at where you are in the all-time history list. The other thing I was looking at today is you've won 8 races this year. That's one more race than Scott McLaughlin has won in IndyCar in his entire career. You've beaten the man's total career total in 1 year. Alexander Rossi, this is his 10th season in IndyCar. You've matched the number of wins he has for the entirety of his career. You're one away. If you can win one more this year, and Pato and Colton don't, you will have as many victories as those two fellow young stars have achieved since they arrived in 2019. I know if I was one of them, I'd be looking at you a little different, a little mean. I don't know. But have you recognized anything different with how your fellow drivers look at you, talk to you, or treat you during this year where you're being very selfish?
No, I mean, joking wise, yes. Everybody, like on the driver autographs and all that stuff or on messages. But no, I think, um, yeah, I have not seen that. I don't know that they treat me different or they don't talk to me or that they are grumpy or whatever. Like, I think everybody, obviously, I know they don't like it. I know that nobody is happy about it. Only us, only the 10 car and CGR. But yeah, it is what it is. It's competition. We're just trying to do the best we can, and it's been working for us. So yeah, I it's amazing to hear that as well. At the same time, I think it's really crazy. Again, I think before heading into this year, we had 11 wins, which I thought it was a ton and it was a lot. But yeah, to have 8 in 1 year, it's just crazy. It's one of those years that help you so much on stats. Like, yeah, it's awesome.
Last thing for you, talk continuity. A lot of the teams that you're going up against, drivers that you've been fighting against, have had some changes. Might have been a race engineer, a strategist, a crew chief. Not all of them, but often is the case every few years, there is a change to one of those pillars of the folks behind a race car driver like yourself, of your strategies for success. It's been the opposite. It's you, it's Barry, obviously, it's Ricky, it's Julian. Not saying there's been no changes on the crew, but if we're just talking kind of the head coach, offensive, defensive coordinators, all the ones you look to, you've had this absolute brutal consistency. Can't be a coincidence that you've been having all this success since you got to Ganassi. Can you talk to that side? Because I don't know if folks fully appreciate this is one of the keys.
Yeah, for sure. One of the most important keys. I think that just helps on how the car works and how the car executes. When I say car, I mean it's the group in general. Whenever it comes to strategies or the pace that we have sometimes, that's because of all the experience as well that there's behind and there's the same big people, let's say, in the car. But I mean, it's a lot of work. Like Ricky got a big knee surgery and he has like I don't know how many medals on the knee, so he's like he's trying hard. Everybody knows that Barry had an issue like 2 years ago in the throat, and we tried to do something to try and have him. So we're trying hard to keep everybody the same people at the 10 car because it's working really well, and we have great people with Julian as well, and everybody that is around there. It's awesome. So yeah, I would say that at 25-30% of the reasons why we've been so good, it's probably the consistency on the team side.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Marshall and Rocky. Let's go, Mickey Shuey from Indianapolis Business Journal. Go ahead, Mickey.
Thanks so much, Dave and Alex. Thanks for making the time today. Um,
Sure.
Had a question about the Fox deal. I mean, obviously last week IndyCar announced that Fox had acquired this minority stake in the series. For you as a two-part question for you. For you as a driver, how impactful, if at all, is a development like that? And then what's your perspective on how this affects the visibility and stability of the series long term?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I don't know exactly what this is going to do for our sport, my personal opinion, and I don't really know much about what's going to change, if it's going to change anything. But having somebody as big as Fox and with the small time that they've been with IndyCar and how much love they showed us and how much work and investment that they put in the series. Like even before we started the season, it was crazy. It was unbelievable. So I think having a partner like this, that can, they don't need um to look for the media, like, or not the media, like they don't need to look for how to reach more people. They can reach more people. So having somebody in your team that already is capable of doing that, and it needs only to find ways to do it appropriately and that makes sense for the business on the IndyCar side and their side. I think it's going to be huge. So I think this is all we need. It's going to take obviously some time, but I think everybody will agree that everything that Fox has done for us with all the um, promoting, like I'm sure you've seen it. Like you go to any fuel station, and it's not hard to see one of the IndyCar ads from Fox there pop up. So and also like being on all major sports on TV, like almost every weekend. It's great. So yeah, I cannot wait to see what they're gonna do. I'm really happy to see that, and I have full trust that and full confidence that they're gonna do good for our sport.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mickey. Let's go out to Portland. Bobby Corser from KATU TV. Go ahead.
Alex, really appreciate it. Two quick questions for you. First off, we know qualifying is extremely important. Turn one calamity is going to happen. There's no real way to avoid it. But where do you feel that you have to be in that qualifying session once it ends? Are you wanting to be on pole? Are you wanting to be toward the back of the field? Where do you need to be to avoid what's going to happen on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, I had a little bit of everything. I started up front, I think, all the races that we had in Portland. And I've been lucky at all of them except the one that I started on pole, that I went from pole to like 20 something on in only one turn. So I think it just depends on how it goes. So you always want to start as up front as possible. If you can start on pole, you need to start on pole, and so on, so on. I think it just gives you more chances, although they are never 100%, but they give you more chances to like kind of be able to survive lap one and especially turn one. So I think it's never easy for anybody, but yeah, hopefully it's going to be a good qualifying for us, and hopefully we get more chances of surviving.
You mentioned 2023. Talk to me. Are you looking at the same approach as you guys did 2 years ago? Do you want to clinch the championship now, or are you okay with maybe dragging out the last two races? What's your mindset going into this weekend?
Yeah, mindset is always to obviously win the championship, win races. So if we have the chance to win it, we're gonna try and do everything we can. But at the same time, the goal is to win the championship this year, like not to go crazy and be like, oh, we need to do it at Portland. I'll be super happy if we get it at the end of the year in Nashville. I'll be so happy. But obviously, if it comes earlier, because we've done a great job and we can still do a good job at Portland and otherwise Milwaukee, I would be super excited.
Appreciate it, brother. See you this weekend.
Thank you. See you there.
On the flip side, Alex, if you clinch it early, then you could celebrate it a couple times because you know you'd celebrate it in Nashville. But I'm just saying, you get another bite of the apple, right? The more
Of
celebration, the better
course.
sometimes.
Yeah. Yes, of course. 100%. And I mean, everybody here is saying like we've already won, although there's we have a lot of points. We still need to win it. Like if somebody else is mathematically alive, it's still alive. So we just don't want anybody to be mathematically alive for the points.
Yes, I get
I
what
was
you're
gonna
saying.
say we don't want
More,
anybody to be alive, and then that was gonna sound very bad. So
that
yeah.
was that's not what you were meaning. Yes, got you. Morgan Holiday, Dive Bomb Motorsports. Go ahead, Morgan.
Thank you. Alex, there's a possibility that you could break the record of most wins in a single season. Is that something that you're thinking about at all coming into this weekend in the final races?
No, I mean it's obviously I'm aware, and I know that the chance is still there, although it's very low, just because of the we would need to win three and or at least two to match it, and that's a lot. Like it's although it's been a really good year, like I think it's pretty tough to do that. But yeah, I know that the best way to try and get there is to win Portland, right? And get one more and then just be one closer. So that's what I'm gonna try and do. Try and win Portland and then see if we can win another race. But yeah, I don't really think about it. I think the although I would love it, I cannot really change it. The only way I can change it is by just focusing on Portland and taking step by step like we've been doing all year.
Portland is a pretty good track for you historically. You have two wins here and you finished second last year. What do you think that the biggest challenge of the weekend is going to be in terms of securing your ninth win?
I think a little bit of everything. Like as we mentioned earlier, I don't think that we had the ultimate speed that other cars had, and especially Will. So I know that there could be some of the cars that are as fast as him or faster. So we need to do some work on speed. Hopefully, we can get some stuff from other tracks like Laguna that's been working for us this year and try and put it there and see if it works. But yeah, I think speed, obviously, it's a big point. Without speed at Portland, there's really low chances of winning. But then I am a little bit concerned in a good way, concerned about tire deck, like in a way that it's going to make a big impact during the race, and it's going to be key to like make sure you treat the tires right and that you choose the right strategy to start with the tire that you want and the start and end with the tire that gives you more chances to fight for the win. So yeah, I think there's different stuff to try and win as always, but it's going to be interesting. I think it's one of those tracks where you need speed, but you can also do quite a lot of stuff with strategy.
Thank you. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks, Morgan. Let's go to Samuel Stubbs, yardbarker.com. Go ahead, Samuel.
Thanks, Dave. Alex, I'm wondering, as a kid, did you have any heroes, I guess, in auto racing? Were there any drivers that you really looked up to as a kid and said, hey, that's who I want to be one day?
A little bit. I've always had my dad because he was my mechanic, and when I was a kid, I thought that he was the best driver in the world because he was able to teach me so well. He was not driving, but he would tell me, "Hey, you need to brake here," and I would do it, and it would be better. So in my mind, he was the best. And the amount that I spent with him also made it more of a hero. Um, but the only driver that I had when I was a kid and then that I looked up and I was like, wow, this driver is amazing was Michael Schumacher when he was in the Ferrari era where he was winning so much. Just seeing that red car and himself like being able to win so much and dominate and the way that he was bringing the team and yeah, I just really liked it as a kid.
What does it mean to you now that there's a generation of race fans, IndyCar fans that, they're looking up to you now. They're looking at you as a guy that, has the potential to break these records, as a three-time, possibly four-time champion by this time next weekend. What does it mean that, there might be, I guess a little kid out there that's looking at you and might be sitting in your position in 20 years, saying, hey, Alex Palou was that guy for me that I looked up to kind of as a hero figure.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that sounds crazy, but if I can help a young kid like be a bit mo more motivated to enter motorsport and to fight and to try and be a little bit more yeah, just motivated to work for it and try and have a living about it. That would be amazing. Like that would make my day and not my day, make my life. Like that's just to see that you can inspire some people would be amazing. So yeah, hopefully I can inspire somebody.
And then finally, you've kind of put together a Hall of Fame career on two times speed. In 6 years, you're a three-time champion, maybe looking at a fourth. But if you could tell yourself in your rookie year something, if you could give your 2020 self, your rookie season self, a piece of advice, what would you tell yourself? What would you tell your younger self as a three-time champion, possibly a four-time champion next week? What would you tell a younger Alex Palou now that you've been through, I guess the bumps in the road and now you've reached the pinnacle of the sport?
It's tough. I think it's all about experience and it's all about small bits. That like there's not one thing that one day you wake up or you go to bed and you're like, wow, I'm so glad I learned that. Like that doesn't exist. At least I've never experienced anything like that. It's all about small bits, like learning something small every day and being able to understand how the car works or what you need yourself. From the car to be a little bit better or how you prepare your races a little bit. Like I think it's just a lot of small steps that I would not have time. So the only thing, obviously, I would try and avoid having any bumps with the team and with contracts. But I think that's part of me. That's part of who I am today as well, probably mentally. So yeah, I would just tell him to enjoy and work hard because it's hard. Like you go through some times that are really good, like this one, and I know that there's gonna be some bad and tough moments in the future. So you just need to continue working hard and yeah, never giving up.
Thank you. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks, Daniel. Isha from Fastest Formula News. Go ahead, Isha.
Thank you, Dave, and thank you so much, Alex, for your time. As mentioned
Thank you.
before, you won in Portland twice and sealing the title in 2023. What is what is behind your success at this particular track?
I don't know. It's tough. Like I think it just I'm every time I've been there, I just felt really comfortable. I felt like the car has been responding the way I need it, and also the way it flows. Like it just really matches my style, I guess. It's really narrow, and although it's like it's a road course, it just bites you like a street course. As soon as you go off, unless it's turn one, you normally end up in the wall. So it's one of those tracks that you need to drive it 99%. You cannot drive it 100% all the time because otherwise you go off pretty easily. And I think obviously having good cars there helps. Like it helps you feel better, it helps you perform better, and yeah, a combination of both just makes us perform really well.
Yeah. Motorsports never stand still. Are you thinking about 2026? And if you are, how are the preparations going, given your and Chip Ganassi Racing's dominance this season?
No, honestly, no. I think we have such a long off season, unfortunately, that we have a huge amount of time just to think and to go over. We normally sit down after the season, we review all the season, and we try and improve small stuff like from the car, from the team, from my side, and we just try and rebuild a little bit. I think this year, um, everything that we thought about it worked and it's one of those perfect years. Normally, you say 100 stuff and three of them work, which is good, and then suddenly you keep on improving a little bit. But yeah, I haven't put too much into it. I've been more focused on relaxing because it's been such a hectic back-to-back races that I just took this week off, like really off, and preparing the last couple of races with yeah, with a lot of I'm hungry. I'm hungry, obviously, to try and finish this season off strong.
Given having like, so much time to relax, it's an American football tradition to go to Disney World or Disneyland after the big game. So if you clutch the championship this year, where would you go after winning such a big championship in an historic season that you've had?
I don't know. Like I never plan stuff. I'm really bad at planning, and I think it's a good thing in a way. Like I probably used to plan a lot more stuff before, but yeah, things not always go to plan. Like imagine you plan all this stuff to do, and as I said, we still need to win the championship, right? So it would be a bit crazy to have this plan once you win and then not winning it, which could happen. Still could happen. So yeah, I never plan stuff. My wife doesn't like it, but it's just the way I work and my brain works. So once we get through that point, I guess we'll figure it out. I know that there's plenty of stuff planned for the 500. Like we just have a lot of events for that, and hopefully we can add a lot more for the championship. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I'll let you know.
I completely understand you. I am the same way personally. Thank you so much for your time and thank you, Dave.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks, Isha. Let's go to Ian from KWVA Sports. Ian, go ahead.
Hi, Alex. Thank you for the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
So you race in all sorts of places, and those different places have deep racing ties and deep racing history. And Portland, while maybe a spot that's not talked about as much, also has that d deep racing history. They've been racing there for 64 years, and they've been racing IndyCar there since 1984. And that has produced a lot of passionate fans here in Portland. What kind of energy do you notice from the Portland crowds in years past, and how does it feel to race under the Portland crowd? And what are you excited for this year's race in Portland?
Yeah, I love it. I think the atmosphere there, it's been amazing all years that I've been there. It just seems like we have really hardcore fans, which are amazing, that they've been following the series for a long time. And although a lot of them are locals, they also come to some other races. And it's super exciting to see. So yeah, I'm excited to go there. I think we normally have a really big crowd, and hopefully this year it's even better and we can bring even more new people to enjoy the series. But yeah, so it's exciting.
Thank you, Alex. I appreciate it. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, let's. I know we probably got another 5, maybe 10 minutes left. So consider that. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get to everyone here this afternoon, so I apologize ahead of time. Asher Fair, fan sided. Go ahead, Asher, with Alex Palou.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. Thanks, Alex, for your time. Um, Obviously, even if you clinch this week in Portland, you still have two more ovals before the season actually concludes. One of the talking points coming into the year was how you had yet to win on an oval. Obviously, now you've won twice. How rewarding would it be to finish the season on top of the oval standings? Obviously, it's not talked about as much as it used to, but you're 1 point behind Pato right now.
Yeah, I saw that the other day. I think somebody from the team told me, and I was like, "Wow, that's pretty cool." Like normally in the past we would see that those stats, the road course and street course on the oval, and we would have a huge gap on the oval, like 60, 70 points, and I would be like, "Oh my goodness, that's crazy. That's like two races." Um, so it feels amazing, and I feel more comfortable. Obviously, in Iowa, I felt a lot more comfortable, and we were able to get that win and get a pole there. So I'm excited for Milwaukee, although last year wasn't amazing for us. With we had that issue in race two, and Nashville we were not super competitive. I look forward to that. We will also test at Nashville before the race there, so I'm excited to just have a day of testing there and see how we can just improve a little bit, or how can feel a little bit more comfortable. Like in Iowa, I think Iowa it's been helping us a lot when we've been able to go there and test with other people as well and just get more laps. So hopefully we get to do the same, and we can hopefully be up top on the oval standings.
Awesome. Thank you and good luck. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
You got it, Asher. Thank you. Let's go, Luis Salinas from Deporte Motor in Mexico. Go ahead, Luis.
Thank you, Dave. Hi, everyone. Hola, Alex. Bueno, hacemos matemática rápida. Si bien han estado en inglés platicando diferentes escenarios para que tú quedes campeón, para acabar pronto, tú necesitas salir de Portland mínimo con 113 puntos para asegurar el campeonato. Son 150 puntos en disputa sin contar los puntos extra de pole positions, vueltas como líder y por lo menos una vuelta como líder. Platícame un poquito de esto.
Sí, la verdad que obviamente estamos en una posición increíble. Si miras los puntos y las carreras que aún quedan, creo que todavía, obviamente, como he dicho, ¿no? Aún hay opciones para Pato para ganar el campeonato, y aunque no cambiaría la posición que tenemos ahora, Tenemos que seguir a tope, tenemos que seguir centrados en Portland, en intentar ganar la carrera. Sabemos que la mejor manera de ganar el campeonato es ganando la carrera en Portland o estando en el podio o por delante de Pato en lo que podamos, ¿no? Así que no nos vamos a centrar en dónde está Pato o qué hace Pato y vamos a parar o vamos a hacer una estrategia que no tenga sentido solo para cubrir. Pero sé que si ganamos la carrera en Portland, podemos ganar, así que vamos a ir a por ello.
Más o menos me das la misma respuesta que Will Power en el previo en Nashville y acabó perdiendo el campeonato por una falla en el cinturón. Entonces agregamos ese dato. Hay un dilema probablemente, tal vez estoy viendo yo un poquito más allá de, ok, tienes 3 intentos para empatar la marca de triunfos en una temporada y de poder romperla haciendo 11 ganadas. Sin embargo, esto también se reduce a un equipo. Scott Dixon está a 77 puntos de Pato. ¿Hay algo alterno? ¿Van a trabajar de forma simultánea o solamente es que tú asegures el campeonato?
Sí, no vamos a. Normalmente, si te fijas en los últimos años en los que hemos peleado por campeonatos, nunca han influido los otros coches del equipo. Es algo que nunca, al menos desde que yo estoy, Chip haya querido. Normalmente es todo al revés. Obviamente tampoco quieres molestar al que está no van a ir el 9 a molestarme y va a ir súper agresivo conmigo, pero no va a intentar hacer algo para que yo gane más carreras o para que yo gane el campeonato. Creo que Chip desde siempre quiere que sus pilotos lo hagan por sí solos o sus coches lo hagan por sí solos y creo que es una buena manera de hacerlo y de verlo.
Por supuesto, pues muchos escenarios este fin de semana, pero en el caso tuyo es asegurar el campeonato y estaremos al pendiente de ello. Gracias, Alex.
Gracias, Luis.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Luis. Good to hear from you. Ben Johnson from the Paddock Eye. Go ahead, Ben.
Cheers, Dave. Hey, Alex, how you doing?
Hey, Ben. Good. You?
Good, thanks, man. Alex, there's obviously been a lot of talk with the news of Fox kind of joining taking partial ownership in the series and stuff. Would you like to see IndyCar go outside of the United States and Canada to maybe a race in Europe or Spain or anywhere like that?
Yeah, obviously. I don't know if that's the highest priority that I would put to them. I don't know how good it would go like in Spain, although I would love it. I don't know
Right.
how big it would be in Spain. Hopefully it would help having me, but I think there's markets that are a little bit closer and it would be huge, and we all know that. And that could be amazing for the series. So yeah, I'm all up for trying to expand a little bit and see if we can raise at different markets that bring a lot of people. But I think what we need to try and do is try and find those people that would be willing to sacrifice so much and would be willing to give so much for IndyCar. And we need to try and go them and kind of bring IndyCar to them instead of just trying to open new markets. So yeah, I think for what I heard, they are already working hard on it, and I cannot wait to see that happening.
Excellent. And turning to this weekend, is there anything in particular that you can pinpoint in relation to the track layout in Portland that makes you so successful there?
Not really, honestly. I have no idea. Like whenever we look at tracks that we've been really good, we never see and we're never looking at like, oh, there's like three big braking zones and this is gonna be a good track for us. It's more like how you feel once you go there, how you can kind of like play with the car and place the car where you want, understand what the car needs and how you can put your driving style into it and just match everything. That's when you are fast. So I think it's just been myself being comfortable with the cars that we've been having there, and not that the track has like three high speed corners or anything like that. So I think, yeah, it's just a road course that we've been really good at. I've been really confident, and hopefully it continues to be that way. I know that if I had a car that was not capable of doing all these things, I wouldn't be able to be as good on some road courses. So yeah.
Excellent. Well, looking forward to seeing you this weekend. I'm flying out to Portland on Thursday, so really excited.
Awesome. See you there.
All right. See you there. Thanks, Dave.
See you out there, Ben. Thanks. We got time for two more. Let's go Simon from Park Ferme and then David Hoffman from Behind the Catch Fence. Again, apologies, but we're not going to have time to get to everybody. Let's go ahead. Simon, go ahead, sir. Oh, we can't. Go ahead and unmute yourself. There you go.
Sorry there. I thought you unmuted me. I'm sorry. So, hola, Alex. Appreciate that I have time for us.
Absolutely.
I think you maybe could teach us Norwegians something with your mindset. Everyone here is still hyped about Formula One, but now we have Dennis Hauger in a good position to join IndyCar. Anyway, many still thinks that Indy is just a stepping stone before Formula One, instead of aiming it for Indy as a career highlight, as a peak of your career. And based on your perspective of that, what and what we know about your mindset, why couldn't we just be happy that Indy can be a peak, a pinnacle, as something, as an end destination of a career instead of just a stepping stone towards an F1 career?
Yeah, I mean, I think probably all those people that think about that has never been to an IndyCar race, probably. So that's probably why. That's the only reason why they would probably change their minds pretty quick if they attend to one of the races and they see how many different teams we have, how many different drivers we have. Like nowadays, we have drivers from all over the world, and how many races we have, different tracks. Like we are the only single seater series that has refueling inside the race, like during the race. That we have multiple disciplines like street course, road course, ovals, and the places that we go, the fans that we get, they're amazing. So I would just recommend that person to go and look at an IndyCar race. That doesn't mean that I'm downplaying F1, obviously. Like I think everybody knows that F1 is the pinnacle of motorsport because it goes worldwide. It's big. It has big manufacturers, but yeah, IndyCar is no easy. It's really fucking good. So I think I would just invite all of them to one of our races, the one they choose. It's not that we only have one good event, and they would suddenly realize why it's not a stepping stone.
Second question. I'm not sure how much you have noticed Dennis Hauger's performance in the next season, but if you have spotted him and based on your experience and knowledge on his step of his career, what do you think of his chances first to reach IndyCar and then perform in IndyCar?
Yeah, obviously I haven't paid like crazy attention. Like I've not been looking at every single result, but obviously it's not been hard to know that he's been winning a lot and he's been doing amazingly. So I think it's amazing. What are his chances? I think it always depends on a little bit of luck, on timing, and on support. I am not aware of like what the different seats that are going to be available for next year. But obviously he deserves one if there's one, and the chances of being good or not in IndyCar, I think. Yeah, we've seen that with many drivers that have done well in IndyCar, like Kyle is the first one that comes to mind, and like Rasmussen as well. He's been so good this year and last year as well. So yeah, I think whenever somebody's good in Indy next, it's been quite easy to see that they've done very good in IndyCar as well.
Thank you, Alex. Wish you very much good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Simon. Obviously, Pato and Colton Herta also came up from the Indy Next series, so a lot of tremendous drivers have proven themselves, certainly in the NTT IndyCar series. All right, David Hoffman, Behind the Catch Fence, you're our last contestant. Go ahead.
Oh boy, I better make this good. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate the time, Alex. I'm just curious, since becoming a dad, how has that maybe made this championship sweeter and just made just the whole year a lot more special for you?
It's made my life just a lot more special, but especially racing, like just being able to go to a race and then go back to the bus and seeing her. Like whenever it's a good day, you can celebrate even better because you're happy not only about your success, but what it's bringing to the family as well and how cool it is. for her to be alive when we're having so much success. And whenever you have one of those really shitty days, it's also good to go there and just see that she doesn't care. She's still playing and she just wants to see you and she wants to have you. And you're like, all right, that's it. It was just a race. Let's just move on. So, whatever has been happening in my life, it's always been so much better with her. And it's been making this year a lot better, obviously, having her and having so many pictures of her with us in Victory Lane. And yeah, it's been cool.
Well, thanks, Alex. Appreciate the time and good luck this weekend.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, David. We'll go ahead and leave it there for now. Alex, again, thanks for your time. Safe travels, and we'll see you soon enough in Portland.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
See you
you.
soon.
And a reminder, coverage of the BitNile.com Grand Prix of Portland presented by Ask ROI, 3 p.m. Eastern coming up on Sunday. That's, of course, on Fox, the Fox Sports app, and the IndyCar radio network. And video and transcripts from this news conference will also be available very shortly on the IndyCar content site. Thanks, everyone. Have a great week.